Hello, everybody in YouTube land, and welcome to the first episode of my Cyclopean Foundations rerun. I'll be honest, I actually don't know if this is going to hit YouTube. I don't know where this is going to go. I have been getting really far ahead on YouTube. Like, I'm good till, like, the end of June on YouTube, I think. So, like, there's a lot of time left for me to figure out what exactly our next series are going to be. So this might just be on Patreon. We're going to figure this out. Onyx, 2 months of the Golden Table. Thank you for your continued support. We really appreciate it, and using your Twitch Prime on us. If you're watching and you've not used your Twitch Prime on somebody else, consider throwing it at me. I would love to have it. Andy Home, how's it going? So, our two decks here. We have Bob Jenkins. I am doing the deck that we featured on the channel, the Super Fang deck. That seemed really cool. And then we also have Parallel Agnes, which I'm actually inspired by the deck I played with M. So M played this deck when we did our Parallel Challenge. So that is this one. But I did, it's a little bit more Justin. It's a little bit more Justin. And I think it should be pretty fun. So, a dark and stormy night. By the time you arrive at the riverfront, the storm has grown to a steady drizzle. Rain pelts the tin roofs and buffets the already cascading waves, some reaching high enough to wash over the docks. The worst of the storm has yet to make landfall. Man, I wish I lived near the water. That would be incredible. Anyways, the search for the Myra Louise. Whether the ship has been hidden or sunk, you won't get any concrete answers about the missing cargo until you can confirm the location of the Myra Louise. A towboat of its size must still be on the river somewhere, and hopefully some witnesses along the Miskatonic's banks can point you in the right direction. Objective: when we have the requisite number of clues, we must immediately spend them in advance. There is a keyword we need to be aware of, non-Euclidean. It's a new ability that appears on some locations. When an investigator would move from a location, that investigator must resolve all non-Euclidean abilities on that location. A location is non-Euclidean for the purposes of other card effects if it has at least one printed non-Euclidean ability. All right, let's see our opening mulligans. Give me that draw one button, please. All right, so with this Bob hand, we don't really have anything that allows us to get clues, so that's going to probably be a big priority there. And then over here in this Agnes deck, we're going to be looking for things that allow us to kill monsters. Okay. Honestly, this opening hand is kind of sick. There's a good chunk. The Shriveling is going to be good for things. We have the Spectral Razor. The Robes of the Endless Night are also kind of good. Actually, I think this is a... So we're going to get rid of these two and see what they're replaced with. Hey, I'm not gonna say no. Now over here, this is where things, I think we have to just like, I think if I was Super Fang, I would just maul everything here. That scavenging's good, but the scavenging isn't really where our deck is at this point. Okay, that's a better opening hand. Okay. All right. So, I remember, if I can remember something, that entering the gutted trout early was a bad thing. There was like a guy who like punched me in the face or something. So we might check out some of these other places, like go check out this shipping warehouse first. There's probably clues on the back of these cards. One of them, it's been a long time since I played Cyclopean Foundations. I actually don't even know when the first episode went live. One of the many dockside bars that line the Miskatonic River. The gutted trout has a reputation for hosting a rough crowd. Ding, 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 ding. Which is exactly the type that might know something about the missing expedition cargo. Okay, maybe the alarm bell is going off a little bit quieter now. Fishing piers. Long wooden piers line the riverfront where sailors, stevedores, and vagrants often spend their free time. If anyone's seen the Myra Louise, there's a good chance that they were on those piers at least time. Surprisingly, you and Superfang didn't do Underworld support for this Bob deck. I don't think... I mean, like, this Underworld support would be one of our 5 green cards at level 0. And I think having, for example, multiple copies of the things you want to find, like your Eon chart or your Joey the Rats, can be really helpful for that. I think anyway, for me anyway, I'd rather have the consistency of finding 2 than having the smaller deck size and having a higher chance of drawing one card. But, I mean, like, I love me some Underworld support. I just don't know if I'd want it for this one. You have to consider all the possibilities of the mission ships. Okay. Quay. Alright, well, we're gonna play some cards. So I'm gonna have Agnes show Bob this item in her hand. And then what's Bob gonna do? Honestly, bandages, I'm just gonna say it right now. Bandages and Agnes Baker parallel seem like a pretty good combo. That seems kind of nice. So we're probably going to try to take advantage of that as much as possible, because that seems pretty sick. Okay. Boom, boom. She doesn't get the free action. She doesn't need it. Bob is going to get this free action. So his, here, 1 second. Give me a Bob token. So, he is going to play this old key ring for 1. It's not 1 less because that's his shrewd dealings. Okay. I think we are going to want to get this lantern out, but we can do that, like, next turn. I think we're then going to play these bandages. And then we're going to move in here. Might as well. Additional cost to investigate the quay. You must either spend 1 action or choose and discard a card from my hand. Okay. First episode this came out in August 2021. Okay, so yeah, that's about what my prediction would have been. So it would have been like probably July that we played it. So nearly a year ago. Nearly a year ago. Okay. Well, that's mildly unfortunate that we can't do that this turn. But I think it's still fine. And I think what we're going to do, I don't think we need to play the lantern, because we can play it for free next turn. I think we want to keep both of these liquid eye founds, so I think we're actually just going to gain a resource for our last action. Now over here, we're going to play the Robes of Endless Night for 3. We are going to exhaust this, because we're playing a spell card. So we're going to reduce the cost by 1. And then we'll move and join Bob. And let's go upkeep. Flashlight's good. Read the Signs is also really good at this location. So I think actually this is going to be Agnes's job, depending on what we draw here from our Mythos deck. So, first card up here. There's hidden cards in this one. If you end your turn on a location with a shadow of 3 or higher, reveal it and discard a card from your hand at random. Choose a non-weakness card in your discard pile and root from the game. Discard Grotesque Hallucinations. Okay. Okay. Street Ball. Test Fist or Foot 3. If you fail, take 2 damage and put Street Ball into play in your threat area. You cannot take parlay actions. Take 2 damage, you say. Okay. Well, we're going to test Foot. We're going to test 3 to 3. That's a good first test. That's a good first test of the game. I always know with the reveal the sign, with read the signs, does that ignore this additional cost to investigate, or is that paid before this effect happens? I feel like it might still just trigger, like I might still have to pay. But let's see what chat says, because they usually know. My gut says I wouldn't get the benefit because it's an additional cost, which means that this is already like done by the time I play Read the Signs. That's what I'm going to wager is going to happen. That's my gut instinct right there. Yeah, I'm also pretty sure Tasty Toast, and I think you and I, 2 pretty sures together is a pretty okay time. All right. Well, we will take 2 actions then, and we're going to play this Read the Signs. I am going to take a damage, and then Bob is going to heal that damage. Yeah, agreed. It's It's not an effect that, this is what, for people on YouTube, it's not an effect that triggers during the investigation. It's already triggered by the time you're investigating. And that's pretty much what I was saying too, because this is the cost to play this card. Anyways, we have 7-2. 7-2. And we're going to shuffle this back into our deck. 7-2. Sweet, we'll grab 2 clues. Seems cool. Seems good. All right, last action. I think we're going to move over here to the warehouse. Pay 2 resources. You bribe a foreman to give you access to one of the warehouses. Reduce the shroud of the value of the shipping warehouse by 3 for the next investigate action you performed at this location. Limit once per round. Very interesting. What does this thing do? Okay. We can move in. We can attempt to... Okay. We have 4 book. Like, 4 book is not a bad number, man. 4 is actually like it's a good number for Bob. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move in here for action number 1. Action number 2, we're going to just investigate at 4-4. We want to see a -2 here. -4 is actually the bad one. -4 is actually the bad one. Reg and the driver, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the goddamn table. It's a pleasure to have you. So we could have done this with the old key ring. So we're going to discard a card at random. But we are going to play... I think we're going to play... I think I like the lantern a bit more than the flashlight because we already have a flashlight. And this is effectively a +1 to our book score. Alright, so then we're going to investigate one more time. This time we're going to use the lantern, so we're going to go 4-3. It's fine. It's fine. End of your turn. Reveal this. We'll discard a card at random from our hand. I'm going to count that as the shuffle, even though it didn't look like it shuffled. And then we'll go upkeep. Schaffner's is really good. I would have loved that years ago. Occult Lexicon is also kind of sick. All right. I'm feeling like things are coming together. Bob, stop having your grotesque hallucinations, brother. Location with the lowest shroud. Aloof in patrol. At the end of the Mythos phase, if hybrid infiltrator is a location with 3 or higher shroud, place 1 doom on him. So he is going to come here. Man, I forgot. I just love the mood of this scenario. It just feels really good. It just feels, dare I say it, as because all the kids are saying it, pretty poggy-woggy. Okay, well, we want her and Bob to be on the same location. First Poggy Woggy of the stream, let's go. Let's go! Hell yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're just going to start with a 4-3 investigate here. I think a 4-3 is fine. Yeah. That sucks. That's okay, but I mean, like, this is what we're going to be doing. We want to get this clue. I think we're going to use the key ring, so we're going to go 4-2 this time. Okay, cool. Very funny game. Very funny. Alright, and I think we move here for our last action. Move here for our last action, and then with our Bob action, we're going to drop a Schaffner's. Sweet. All right, Agnes is going to move it here. She is going to play the Occult Lexicon, spending 2 of Bob's money from the Schaffner's. Shriveling, what are you doing up there? All right. So, after enters play, search your bonding cards for 3 copies of Bloodright. Add 1 to your hand and shuffle the other 2 into your deck. When it leaves play, find each of those copies. All right, so we'll add this one to our hand, and we'll shuffle these into our deck. We are then going to play Bloodright. So we'll draw 2 cards. I did the wrong thing. This is what I get for my most recent playing of this, which was a while ago, actually, was... with Bryn. So you could just press 2 here. All right, so we'll draw 2. And then discard up to 2 cards from your hand. For each card thusly discarded, may either gain 1 resource or spend 1 resource to deal 1 damage to an enemy or location. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I think I'm not going to shuffle this one into my deck. I think we're fine because we still have 2 in there. Oh. I'm going to discard one of these 2. And I think I'm going to discard the Ward of Protection. So we're going to spend a resource to ping this guy. So we'll deal 1 damage to an enemy at our location. That was a hard discard. I wish I drew a different card. I could have discarded a Spectral Razor, but I do think killing is more important than survival at this point. Because I think we're doing just fine for survival. And we'll go upkeep. Guts! 3 of 4. Evil card here. Put Out of Murky Darkness into play in your threat area. After you enter a location, each deep one or hybrid enemy already your location makes an immediate attack against you. Test foot 3. If you succeed, discard Out of Murky Darkness. Okay. That's a bit spooky. Wharf Rat. Parlay. Before reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. Before revealing tokens, you may spend 2 resources to reveal an additional token and ignore one of them. If you reveal one of those tokens, you readies. Okay. Well, we're just going to shrivel this man. I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to turn him into literal meat. Okay, well, Bob is going to go first. Bob is going to move up into the Fishing Piers. Spend resource, parlay. Choose another reveal location. You may either move a clue from that location to Fishing Piers or vice versa. Okay. We are going to investigate with this lantern. So we're going to go 4 to 2. Current act is Act 1. Sorry. The current act is Act 1, yeah. So we're going to grab a clue. And then we'll go again. 4 to 2. -4. We are going to lose a card here. Is that okay? Yeah, so then for our Bob action, it's a little bit unfortunate, but this is just the way the cookie's crumbling. We're going to put a flashlight out here, replacing this old key ring. All right, Agnes. Should we try to parlay with this guy? What happens if we parlay with this man? Nothing bad, right? I mean, he punches us. Let's try it out. Fuck! Alright, so he punches me. Okay. Alright, we'll just shrivel him. He had his chance. We tried to talk to him. It was a good try. It was a good try. So we're going to go 7. We're going to commit this. We're going to go 7-3. Hey, there's that skull again. All right, he's dead. We'll take a horror because of this. Can you, like, just not draw? Is it possible to not draw a symbol when you make an attack? That's a huge draw right there. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, sorry, with Bob, I guess I had to discard both of these cards. Which is, I mean, at this point now, we probably just play the cards we draw, so we could just, like, ignore these for the rest of the game, essentially. Okay. Oh! Jane Dream, you got an anonymous gifted sub. Thank you so much, anonymous gifted subber. I really appreciate that. I think we move in here. Yeah. And we're going to get into the gutted trout and nothing scary is going to happen and everyone's going to be like, Justin, why were you so scared of the gutted trout? A sudden surge in wind brings the approaching storm in force. Rain plasters you all at once and the gale nearly pushes you off balance. You brace yourself against the storm and push on, determined not to let the weather end your investigation early. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Driving Rain and put into play, and shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be searched. An investigator would take a move or investigate action during his turn. That investigator loses 1 resource. Hey! How dare you, game designer, take my resources away? Amid the downpour, you're sweeping through Arkham. The Miskatonic River grows steadily wilder. A faint saltwater smell lingers on the air as you soldier on, but what could bring such a smell to an island town on a freshwater river? Spooky! It's this guy. That's bad. A foot 3 test, that's pretty much impossible. Okay. I think Bob's going to try to parlay with this guy. Bob is the master of the deal. Bob is a master of the deal. He's going to use this action, and we're going to spend... We're going to spend all the money off Schaffner's, and she can play this Heirloom of Hyperborea. That seems good. We're then going to lose a resource. We're going to investigate with this perception. So we have... well, we're going to use the lantern. So we're at 4-2. We're at 6-2. 6-2. Yay. We need 8 clues. We're at 6. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Draw a card at the perception. I think Bob's going to move in here. He's going to lose another resource, but we do get to keep this. You handle this one. All right. Agnes is going to move in here into the gutted trout. After you reveal the gutted trout, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 copy of Warfrat and put into play in the gutted trout. I told you! Alright, we're going to grab 1 from the discard because I think drawing these guys are okay. Okay. Alright, Agnes, learn from Bob. Yes! Oh, Agnes, you fucking warrior! Agnes, you warrior! The pure power. Okay. That seems sick. Super Fang, 10 months at the golden table with your Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. My voice is still a little bit shaky. There's going to be moments where I just absolutely lose it, but I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm playing your Bob deck through this campaign. So, I mean, your Bob deck probably with a few Justin changes, but still... still that deck. Pog count is officially at 2. It is true. But thank you so much for 10 months for using your Twitch Prime on us. Alright, well, we have one action left. Daisy Toast gifted a tier 1 sub to Dinoga. Wow. And the hype train. A hype train has just started on our channel. Toot, toot, toot. That's what we get for the Pogs are high today. The Pogs are freaking high. Okay, well... I mean, I'm not gonna not investigate, right? We have an action left. I mean, I could play David, but I kind of want to play this Read the Signs. But I also could play David. I probably play David, actually, now that I, think about it for more than 1 fucking second. I need a plan to kill David, but luckily Agnes has that built in. Oh, an anonymous gifter gave Tyler Gotcha tier 1 sub. The hype is real, all because Agnes talked to that guy, and that guy said, hey, welcome to the bar, baby. He's a little bit sexist, but let's not worry about that. Oh, another of those Earth Flames. Nice. Okay. 2 of 5, because we have a David in play, and I'm a little bit scared. Deep one. After Deep One Raider is successfully evaded, move Deep One Raider to a connecting location, empty if possible. Okay. You know what? Agnes, why don't you handle this one? That's something you're going to have to do anyway, right? And who knows how long we're going to have this in our hand. Who knows how long we're going to have this in our hand. This guy doesn't have peril, right? They sometimes just do. They sometimes just do. Chill to the Bone. If there's no copy Chill to the Bone in your threat area, put Chill to the Bone into play in your threat area, otherwise it gains Surge. Damage and horror cannot be healed from you or assets you control. At the end of the round, take 1 damage or 1 horror. A David killer? A way to kill David? Are you kidding me? Like, we now have a fast track to just murder David Renfield? Can you fucking believe it, chat? Can you believe it? Okay. Well, we need one more clue. So I think we probably want to send Bob down here. I don't know, because these don't have victory on them, so we can just ignore this one, right? We can just send Bob down to the dry docks to get what we need. Okay. If we do this one, we're going to be at 2. This is a 2, so we're at 4. He's dead next turn at the end of the round. I mean, that's a David killer. So, David spin, you fucking idiot. Yeah, it's 5 for the threshold? Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we're gonna Spectral Razor this guy. We are going to take a damage. We're going to take a damage to shuffle this back into our deck and reduce its cost by 2. So we have 8 to 4. 8 to 4 is pretty good. Yep. He's non-elite, so we'll kill him. He is dead. He is tot. Shuffle this back in. And then after we play a spell, we'll draw a card. Fearless is good. I think we just move and we move. We have no cards in your hand or no resources in your resource pool. You get +2 skill while investigating the dry docks. Okay. I mean, this is a place that Agnes Baker can grab a clue from pretty easily. We're going to move in here as Bob for action number 1. Are you an item? What the frick? Action number 2, we're going to investigate. We're going to use... I think we're going to use the lantern. We're going to go 4 to 3. Because I believe... Oh. 200. I don't know what to type. You have some bits, though? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we have to spend these and immediately advance. Because we have 8. There's no shortage of palms waiting to be greased, but you manage to weed out the irrelevant information from the parts that actually point you in the right direction. Several sailors... Oh, we have a hype train success? What the... Oh, that's just the same. Good job. Several sailors saw the Myra Louise sail into the Arkham last night, but it sailed straight through Arkham, further upriver without making any stops. Each investigator loses all their clues. Reveal each Arkham location from play, then remove all clues from each location in play. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. Put the set aside main deck. I imagine that's this. Oh, frick. I have to go up there? Alright. Put the set aside. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. This is at the end of the round. Yeah, okay. No, we're not. No sorries. I take my sorry back. Remove the unfriendly ports and counter set from the game. This set is indicated by the following icon. Street Brawl. No! My wharf rats! Okay. You trek up the banks of the river west out of town. It doesn't take long before you spot the ship on a small offshoot of the river, anchored in the darkness of the nearby trees. While silent, the ship is not uninhabited, and you can spot a lone figure moving slowly and deliberately about in the main deck. If the investigator enters the main deck, we advance. It's an enemy. I remember that now. Okay. I suppose I'm going to move up here for Bob with my last action, so I don't have to discard this lucky. Alright, upkeep. Scavenging is really good. Another robes is fine. We're going to deal a damage to David. Alright. We're at 4 of 5, 2 on the agenda. Evil card over here is a Delusional Dreamer. Spawn, engage with Prey. Prey, investigator wants encounter cards in his or her hand. After it engages you, take 1 damage or 1 horror for each encounter card in your hand. That's, shall we say, not very kind. Gotta sign off for work. Best of luck on the boat at the auction. Thank you, Tyler Gotch. I really appreciate that. Hope you have a good day. I guess we're gonna take 2 damage, but I'm gonna bandage as 1 of it. I mean, I don't know if it's at separate instances. Who knows? I don't care enough to figure out. Test brain 3. If you fail, return 1 of your clues to your location and take 1 horror. All right, we're gonna go 6 to 3. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay. Agnes is going to move up here. we are going to spin David. And then we're going to attack this guy with our shriveling. So we have 6 to 3. We're going to commit this fearless and go 7 to 3. Nice. So we're going to heal a horror, and we are going to kill this guy. And I think for our last action, I am going to spend 3, and we're going to drop down this Azure Flame, which allows us to draw a card. We don't even need to exhaust that. It just does it. You can't heal because of the encounter card? No, you're 100% right, Tasty Toast. Thank you. Thank you. I still committed the Fearless, so we're just going to call that a little bit of a whoopsie. That's ultimately okay, though. I think that's still fine. Alright. We are going to, over here is Bob. This is a setup turn. We're going to remove a card from our discard pile from the game. And I think it's going to be this, you handle this one, and then we're going to do that again with this Perception. The last thing we're going to do is play this Scavenging. So the reason I'm not going in here is I'm pretty sure when you enter in this location, there is a boss fight. So we're going to just try to beat that boss fight. Oh, shit! Oh, we have another boss fight. Oh, sorry, this should be on Bob. I have to do the this part, upkeep. And then David dies. At the end of the round. Then this goes to 3. Bob draws this thing. Spawn, Waterfront. Hunter, Prey, Lowest Foot. So because this is what I believe this is what I learned from Super Fang. Spawn supersedes if you draw it. So even though I'm on the waterfront, this thing is going to spawn at the waterfront, and then it checks its prey, and then I get to choose because they're both 3, so they can come over here. I'm pretty sure that is how that works. After your attacks, move Drowning Stalker and the Engaged Investigator 1 location towards the waterfront. If Drowning Stalker is already at waterfront, discard a card from your hand at random. Okay. Test with 3. If you fail, take 1 damage, move to the connecting location with the lowest shroud value. If there's a difference of 2 or more between the shroud values of the 2 locations, also lose 1 action. Alright, we're going to just test 3 to 3 and just hope we don't. The lowest shroud value. So sick. We're actually getting incredibly lucky with a lot of these tests. The only downside is we're probably going to have to take another turn before we go in here, which is not, like, optimal. And, like, we probably could. Like, Bob could probably still just go in there and do it. But I do think that I think we're still in, like, a good position. I think we're still in a good position. Let's shrivel this man to death. We have 5 to 3. That's not great, is it? Wish I didn't use my Fearless. I also wish David wasn't dead, but David did have to die. Alright, well, we're going to play this. I'm going to take a damage. Then we're going to shuffle it into our deck. I'm going to leave it out just for just for this test, but we're going to go at 5-2 here with this blinding light. Sweet. So we're going to evade him and deal 1 damage to him. This is going to shuffle into my deck, and then we draw a card. Yes, that was a good draw. Okay, that was a very good draw. Okay. We're going to play Blood Right. No. First, I think we get rid of this. I think we burn this. We're then going to... This is going to cost to play this. We are going to take a damage. And then we're going to have the bandages heal us. And then those bandages go away. So we're going to draw 2 cards. Okay. I'm then going to discard 2 cards. Discard this. And probably that. And then we're going to spend 2 resources to deal 2 damage to this guy, putting him at 3. Okay. Okay. And then this gets shuffled back in. After we play a spell, we're going to draw a card. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm going to play David for my last action. Okay. That's a good turn. All right. Bobby Boo is going to investigate here at 4-0. You fuck! Anyway, we're going to go 4-0 again. Nice. Okay. We're going to use Scavenging. I think realistically we want bandages, even though I think the other ones are better, but I think the bandages are better for our long-term health in this game. It could be the Schaffners, but I don't think so. I think we play the band. The bandages just allow Agnes to do gross things. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to discard Lantern and deal 1 damage to this guy. Bye. Upkeep. Oh, Mike. This Agnes deck is going to be nuts once there's some experience in this. Because, like, at a certain point, we'll just never run out of deck. We're just going to never run out of deck. We're going to draw a banger legitimately every turn. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Anyways, we're at 4 of 5. Alright, when we take a move or investigate action this turn. Sure. This one's not great. Alright, I think we want to pass this. So we are going to commit these to the test. We're going to go 5-3. So sick. Give me back Schaffners, please. Alright. So Agnes is going to spend a resource and she's going to move into here. Non-Euclidean, place one clue on main deck from the token bank. If there are player or more clues on main deck, read evidence 1 under scenario interlude evidence on board in the campaign guide. Alright, advance this. You move cautiously up the gangplank to the Myra Louise's deck and peer over the railing. On the opposite side, a towering man hoists a body in an expensive suit and hurls it over the side of the ship. Oh crap. You crane your head to get a good look at the body, but it's just enough for the man to spot you as he turns back towards the ship. Who the hell are you? Don't do that, Justin. He bellows, advancing towards you with powerful strides. Spawn set aside Billy Bledsoe at the main deck. Oh, I'm Billy Bledsoe. Hunter, if you engage with him, you try to take advantage of his recklessness. Test book 4. If you succeed, deal 1 damage to Billy Bledsoe. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Attacks of opportunity. This dude's elite, huh? He's just a guy. He's just a guy. Alright. You found the Myra Louise and a fresh set of trouble to go with it. The presence of the brutish man and the well-dressed corpse already compounds the mystery, but there's sure to be even more evidence somewhere on the ship. Whatever you choose to pursue, you'll have to work quickly while you can endure the constant attacks, terrible weather, and strange influence you feel at the back of your brain. If at least 3 of the following are true, we may choose to advance. Subdue the attacker, inspected the ship, found the cargo manifest, examined the corpses, talked to a survivor. Okay. We have 2 actions left. We're going to spin David. And I think we're going to Spectral Razor, reducing its cost by 2, putting a damage on David to shuffle it back into our deck. We have 5, 7 to 4. Sorry, 5, 7, 8 to 4. Okay, that's good. That is huge, actually. That's actually huge. So we have 8 to 4. 8 to 4. Perfect. Perfect. He's going to take 2 damage. We're going to shuffle this into our deck and draw a card. Stupor! After you take a parlay, draw, or investigate action, you cannot take any of those type of actions for the remainder of your turn. Okay. Roger Dodger. I think we just Spectral Razor again. I think this guy is worth the kills. And we are shuffling it back into our deck. So we're going to go 8 to 4. Sweet. He is defeated. Shuffle this back in. Draw a card. Cool. Alright. Flip him to his other side. The brutish man charges at you with a single-minded fury, but you haven't found the missing ship just to cut and run now. His talents prove no match for yours because we have literal magic knife hands. With witnesses hard to come by, you demand the man tell you everything he knows. The man thrashes for a moment and his eyes snap open with a roar. The dreamer stirs, and stone it lies dead, with stone shall it awaken. He spews a series of words that you haven't even begun to identify until his eyes roll backward and he drops back unconscious, twitching lightly. Is this man possessed, a fanatic, both? You can only assume that he's a sailor based on his tattoos and clothing, but he's clearly more than that. His work on the ship serves some darker power, willing or otherwise. Add this card to the victor's play and remember that you subdued an attacker. 1. Okay. Well, I suppose Bob is going to lose a resource to move into here. We're going to use our fast action to play the catalog. And then I think Bob goes up to the wheelhouse. And we get an evidence on this because of the non-Euclidean. Investigators, the wheelhouse get -1 to all skills during the Mythos phase. Spend 3-player clues as a group. Read evidence 2 under the scenario interlude. Evidence on board in the campaign log. Okay. 6 clues is a good chunk. 6 clues is a good chunk. But there's probably going to be 2 on each of these. I remember that, yeah, I think this thing's really cool. And we're going to have to solve that problem in a bit. Alright, well, we're going to investigate. We're going to go, for our last action, we're going to go 4-1 with the flashlight. That's huge. We're going to scavenge up. Just a little swing by to check on the time of the next stream and surprise. How's it going? Hello, welcome. I'm going to scavenge up this old keyring. Where's the lantern? Is the lantern just better? No, the keyring's probably just the right choice. The lantern is pretty poggy, though. Okay, we can go upkeep. Oh, I do get my clue. Excuse me? I'd like my clue. Upkeep. Upkeep over here. That's Earthling. Alright. Let's see what our timing's like on this last little bit here. 5 again. Okay. From out of the water rises a grotesque figure, skin shining from any... Keyring goes to hand, no? Oh, yeah, that's right. This isn't super... Thank you. This isn't the super scavenging. I can play that next turn, though. Thank you. For some reason in my head, I was like, why would I have the level 0 scavenging in my level 0 deck? Its posture and rapid approach clearly show the creature's intentions of attacking you. You scramble to defend yourself against this added menace. Search your camp deck and discard pile for a deep one or hybrid enemy and spawn at the lead investigator's location. Shuffle it if it was searched. Sure, we'll grab an enemy out of this. Ooh, this is actually kind of tricky. What do we have in here? Yuck. I mean, I suppose we just grab the victory one, right? And drawing out of the deck is good because then we're less likely to draw 2. Okay. The rain keeps pounding, and the fish-like creatures rise from the and sink back into the river, but your challenges are far from over. The faint feeling at the back of your mind spikes up strongly, a distant influence that gnaws at your very core. Okay. What do you got, Bob? Whispers from the water. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's a solution that we can easily solve. Okay. Okay, okay. This driving rain is gone. Oh, I actually wish I grabbed the lantern, to be completely honest with everybody. So Agnes can move up here, and she can try to fire twice on the guy. Bob could also try to evade it at 3-2. We're effectively at 5-2. Honestly, it's probably best if Bob just tries to evade it. So we're going to try to evade this guy at 3-2. That is a -3. Well, screw you, game designer. We're going to try again at 3-2. Excuse me. There we go. Perfect. I will, with my Bob action, drop out this old key ring. All right. Agnes is going to move in here. And then we're going to try to attack this guy. Not ideal couple of actions? No, not a great turn of events there. That was a bad Bob turn. But luckily, I think with these two read the signs, we're going to be able to get out of this kind of okay. This guy readies? No. He just attacks me. This manages that damage. All right, we're going to go... Give me some money. And then we're going to attack this guy with this Azure Flame. So we have 6-3. Nice. He'll take 2 damage. Let's go again. 6-3. So we definitely could have just moved it and did that and like hope that Bob didn't get hit. But in my mind, I pictured a situation where like it just got really bad. And honestly, it could have happened. I felt like it could have happened for sure. All right. This guy is going to move here. And then we go upkeep. Hey, there's that true dealings. Ward of protection is good. 2 of 5 in total. Test brain 3. If you fail, return 1 of your clues to your location and take 1 horror. Bob, can you do me a favor and not draw those cards and save them for Agnes? We're going to go 2-3. Sure, so we'll take a horror and put a clue on our location. Bob! Fuck. Okay. We don't want to say things are spiraling, because that's a little bit dramatic. Oh, I didn't even do this, so we would have had to. We would have taken the horror because I forgot to do this. So reveal Wisp from the water and either take 1 horror or move 1 location towards waterfront. I actually would have liked that movement, but I'm not going to take the thing that's advantageous when I missed my window for it. Okay. I think Bob's going to investigate with his old key ring. So we're going to investigate at 4-1. We're going to go 6-1. Sweet. So we'll draw a card. We'll scavenge for a lantern. Do. We will then do that again. So we're going to be at 4-1. Sweet. We'll grab a clue. We'll lose this. We're going to bob out the lantern. And then... No, sorry. We're not going to bob out the lantern yet. Is this worth it? I mean, this is probably just worth it, right? Everything's cheaper. Alternatively, we use it for a trip. Yeah, we're going to just play that. And then we're going to bob out the lantern for one less. Now, over here, we have a man we need to kill. We're going to spin our boy David. Then we're going to attack this guy at 6 to 4. Perfect. We're going to then, I think, we're going to play this, this blinding light. And I'm going to take a damage. Sorry, David. To reduce its cost by 2 and shuffle it into our deck after. So we have 5 to 1. 5 to 1. Alright, we succeed, so we're going to evade this guy and deal 1 damage. Shuffle this in. Draw a card. So if we draw Dark Memory at this point, we're probably just going to have to try to tank it. That's probably what's going to be happening here. Last action, we're going to move down here. And then, if there are player mores, we're going to read Evidence 1. Remember that we inspected the ship. We inspected the ship. The ship has been inspected. All right. Upkeep. Bob is going to move towards the waterfront with this. How's it going, Dr. Nate? If you're not at the waterfront, reveal whispers from the water and either take 1 horror or move 1 location towards the waterfront. All right. 2, 3 of 5. It's going to be tricky. Ooh, we're going to get knocked off the ship here, huh? Good design there. Nice design. All right, well, we're testing 3 to 3. I would love to see a 0 here. All right. So we take 1 damage, which will heal with the bandages. Then we move down here, which puts a clue on this location, which then we lose an action. Sure. The David Killer's back. Okay. Alright, Bob's going to move in here. This guy should have one more doom on him. And then we're going to light that man on fire. Then, unfortunately, Bob is done. And he's going to take a horror. Okay. Now, Agnes over here, I think her play is a little bit less exciting. So it's going to be a little bit more focused. So, we're going to get rid of this chill to the bone. You sound way better? Thank you! Thank you. We're going to get rid of that chill to the bone. We're then going to take a horror. Sorry, take a damage to reduce the cost by 2 and shuffle this back into our deck, which we're just going to bandages that. We will then go 7 to 4. Give me an 8 to 4 just because I don't think we need to, we're doing fine on damage and we want to just make sure we pass this. Oh, sorry. Bob should have got punched by that guy when he moved into his locations because of this Out of Murking Darkness. And I think same as well as Agnes. I might have missed that because that guy just punched for 1, right? Yeah. I think I missed that last turn and this turn. Cool. We're going to grab 2 clues here. Not the location. Just 1, 2 clues. Shuffle it in. I'm not going to draw a card because if we draw a Dark Memory, we're in a bad place right now. And I want to try to avoid drawing a Dark Memory if I can. Then I think for our last action, we're going to... gain a resource, I suppose. I mean, we could try this. How many tablets do we have in our bag? 1, and we haven't seen it? I'll take the shot to try to get rid of this. Why not? 3 to 3. Look at that. That's why you always shoot your shot, everybody at home. You gotta shoot your shot. Okay. Upkeep. Alright. We'll reveal this and we'll take a horror. Okay. This is going to be tight. I don't know if we're going to... I think we can at least get... We could probably get 3. I don't know if we can get everything we need. Okay. Evil card. He can spawn with Agnes. Spawn, engage with prey, investigate with the most... No, it's me, because I do have 1. I do have 1. Never mind. I do have 1 card. Oop, this guy. Sure. Alright, well, Agnes is going to try to Azure Flame this guy. We have 5 to 3. Just don't miss. See? Yeah. We have, what, 1 more Mythos phase? I think we just have to... We're going to just try to do goal and then also victory, right? This is so freaking tricky. Yeah, I think Agnes moves up here. And then I'm just going to play this Azure Flame, I think. All right, Bob, you have to get some clues, brother. So we have I mean, I can play this for free. Does your Bob deck use double or nothing? No, because I'm playing with the taboo list, which means that card is forbidden for me. I cannot play it. Okay. We're going to investigate at 4-2. Sweet. We're going to go again at 4-2 with this old keyring. We'll be lucky. We can finally play this lucky in our hand. We'll move up here. So we actually had to spend that. We had the money for it, but we have this thing. Did we have to spend the money for that? Do we have the money for that? We had what? I don't think we have the money for that. I think we actually failed that. I think we had 2 at the start of this. And I think because of this damn driving rain. Which if it would kindly just fuck off, that would be nice. Okay, we're going to just have to go again then. 4-2. I'll commit this, go 5-2. Holy Diver, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the goddamn table. It's a pleasure to have you. 5 minus 3 is 2, so we're good. Okay. We will take a horror because of this, and then we will go to upkeep. Cool. 4 or 5, last go, last turn. Sure, Bob's going fucking nuts. All right, we're testing 4-3 because of this, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be the smart gamer and just do that because it's the last turn. Okay. So Bob's gonna move up here, which places a clue on this location. We're then gonna spend our 6 clues. To read evidence 2. We have found the cargo manifest. So we've inspected the ship and we have found the cargo manifest. But we've not examined the corpses or talked to a survivor, which would have been down here. But I think just the way that it became a little bit tighter and we had a few not great turns once we've gotten on the boat. Bob is then going to move down here. And then he's going to try to investigate this location with the flashlight at 4-2. At 4-2. Sweet. And then let us advance. Your search of the Maya Louise has provided some very strange insights, but there's no sign of the actual cargo you were hired to find. You decide to retreat with the information you've gathered and figure out what to try next. Resolution number 3. All right, we've explored the Myra Louise. We did not find all 5 pieces of evidence, so we get no bonus experience, but we do get 1 notice. Notice 1. Proceed to resolution 4. We record that the investigators have been observed. We add a cultist to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. And then we get victory X. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 XP. Nice chunk. A nice chunk of change. If we've recorded 3 or more, we get one more notice, but no one has recorded 6 or more. And last time I did get 6, so... And I think I actually saw in the patch notes, or the change log, proceed to scenario 2 going twice, that their timer was shortened on this first scenario, I think. I think I remember reading that on the notes for it. But that was a great time. These decks are just going to get better, so that's exciting. I mean, obviously, these also get harder, but we're going to get into some nice, strong, gross things coming up, which should be a grand old time. Huge thank you to everyone who's watching this video, both live on Twitch and on YouTube, or wherever this video ends up. I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great one. Huge thank you again to all of our patrons down below. And as always, GG's.